So we've been on a little bit of a losing streak as we dropped the last 2 games against the Dolphins and the Texans. Of course, a big thing about this season is that we have had a really tough schedule. To start the season off, we've had the Bengals, the Seahawks, the Jets, the Niners, the Dolphins, and the Texans. Not a single one of those teams you're super confident is guaranteed to miss the playoffs. You could easily see all of those teams making the playoffs. And obviously, we started off pretty strong, but we've been throwing too many interceptions, not scoring on drives, and of course, giving up big plays on the other side of the ball. And we really need to clean that up if we want any chance to kind of rebound with, a 3-3 season. There's still plenty of time to get back in that, playoff race. As of right now, I believe we are just on the outside looking in, but we still have to simulate, so you never know. Could be some teams that lose. But with that hard schedule, it's not going to get any easier as we have the Jaguars and the Jets to play today. Of course, we have the trade deadline coming up as well, but as a team that is still early in the rebuild, whether we go, 14-3 this season or we go 3-14, I don't think it's really worth betting any of our future with the draft picks on players that we might not necessarily need just yet. But let's move on to Week 7 against the Jacksville Jaguars. We have 3 storylines. Oh, Lord, big things are happening. Let's take a look at the players of the week. Of course, we did not get one. It would have showed. And of course, we did also not give up one. So, some sort of positive there. You see Lamar Jackson and Baker Mayfield for the Offensive Player of the Week award winners. And then defensively, you have 2 picks for A.J. Terrell and Khalil Mack with a pick, a forced fumble, and 2 fumble recoveries. The guy has been all over the ball that week, last week, which is unbelievable. And, of course, Lamar Jackson with all those touchdowns. Same with Baker, actually. 2 rushing touchdowns, stealing all those goal lines. But let's take a look at these storylines before we do anything further. Jaguars also happen to be higher overall than us, but we need to shift our focus to the Jaguars. What do we find through the film study? Their wide receiver is better than our starting cornerback. I don't know if that's true. They've got some decent wide receivers, but Christian Gonzalez is a lot better than his overall states. I don't know if I would say he's actually beaten here, but we'll see. We'll obviously see on the field who wins that. Christian Gonzalez has definitely struggled a little bit. But let's talk about those Jaguars. See what we got cooking up. Christian Kirk could probably cause problems for our corners. What's the plan to deal with that? Ingram. Play better. I forgot Jonathan Jones is technically the best corner we have. But yeah, obviously better in man. Oh, crap. I didn't realize it was a negative zone. Well, we're running more man coverage this week. We'll focus on that all week. Great. Okay. Yeah, we're going to be playing a lot of press man, which maybe still is better than just keeping it how it is. Take a look at the storyline. See what we got. Press conference week 7. We have 2 of them. So we're holding a lot of media days here. Next question, what do we got? Let to take get your take on how successful your play calling has been this season. We've been okay. Defensively, maybe not so much, but offensively, we've been pretty good. Which stat are we talking about? Defensive red zone success. We've done pretty well there, actually, right? Oh my God, lower than... I think we can say lower. I think we can hold them to lower than 2. Oh, crap. That means 1. Oh, no. Your players appreciate you knowing your analytics. They're Morales. Oh, wait. That's how many we've had? So I actually got it right. Okay, that's weird. Why would I even care? I guess you would care in real life. You would want to, know what you're good and bad at, so we would actually know those numbers probably pretty well offhand, but, that's not me personally. Let's see what the next question is. I don't know why they just didn't keep it in one of these. Oh, we're not trading for anybody. We just talked about this. No. No. We're fine with the guys we got. Is there an option for that? No, we're not going to make any moves. We won't be active. Plus, even if we were going to be active, we wouldn't tell anyone. Why would we do that? No more questions. When's if the division rival wasn't thinking about being active and then they're like, oh, wait a minute. The Patriots are going to be active, and their biggest need is our biggest need. We got to be more active than them, and then we cost ourselves, trade capital because they start asking around about players, and they find out about a player that we might be interested in, not because they told them, but just by coincidence. We both need, let's say, strong safety, and they're like, oh, this guy's on the block. Oh, let's trade for him. We're just hurting ourselves. Just oh, well, clearly the Patriots are going for those guys. They just said they're going to be active, and that's their biggest need, and this is the biggest name. I'm not hurting us. Of course, the Jaguars just so happen to also be 2-4, so they're even worse than us. This is also a special game at Wembley Stadium, by the way. Looking at the team, though, this is the squad. Kendrick Bourne has put up big plays. There's been some calls from the fans saying we want to see the rookie. We want to see Jeromepkr. And while I think that does make a lot of sense, I feel like maybe we should have him out there because he's younger. Kendrick Bourne has been making too many big plays not to keep him as the starter. Looking at the defensive side of the ball, Jonathan Jones is an E6 overall. I mean, even like overall-wise, Christian Kirk might not even be better. I think he's like 85, 86 himself. But let's take a look at the weekly strategy, see what the Jaguars have been up to. Apparently, they've been running the ball pretty well, even though actually, that's pretty good pass to run tendency. I mean, usually you don't see it that balanced, right? 60-40, basically. It's a pass-heavy league, and that's barely pass-heavy. We're going to say they got really good medium route guys. I'm going to say medium defense. We can obviously still pay attention to the run, but on the other side, they apparently aren't as good at defending the run. They obviously have Josh Allen here, Josh Hines Allen. We're going to run inside. Run game is really dwindled as of late. Maybe even take Jeromepkr off and put Rhamondre on. Give him more focus. And for the last thing on the list, before we head into the game, Jeromepkr, speaking of, has an upgrade point. He goes up 2 overalls. I think this is one of those, like, he's a low overall, so we're trying to buff him a little bit thing. 5 deep route, 2 to release, 1 to catch, 1 a medium route, 1 a juke move. I mean, that's a really big upgrade. Like, I mean, I want to start him. Do we maybe move around the lineup a little bit? I don't know. The NFL London game against the Jaguars. Jaguars basically live in London at this point. In Wembley, the historic Wembley Stadium, between the Patriots and the Jaguars. Once upon a time, this would have been a matchup that's like, well, it looks like the NFL's not sending their best. But you know what? The season we had to start, definitely exceeding expectations. Of course, a little worried about the last 2 games we dropped. And the Jaguars at 2-4. On paper, maybe not the best, but both of these teams have potential. They both have talent. This could be a real big battle. This could be a game that exceeds really everyone's expectations. A game that most people wouldn't even want to wake up for. They're like, it is what it is. It's a London game. It's cool, but it's too early for me to watch the Patriots and the Jaguars play. But I'm going to tell you, I think there's going to be some fans that regret not watching this one. I think this is going to be a great game. Hopefully it leads to us being on top. But, with the largest pause of all time after saying that, we'll have to see what happens. We got to play safe. We also have to run the ball better, which, of course, kind of leads into that conservativeness when it comes to turning the ball over, as Thornton gets absolutely smoked. And there is Drake May and Rhamondre Stevenson, 2 guys that I wouldn't say need to get on the same page because they're, it's quarterback, running back, and they actually probably can connect better than the receivers do with Drake May. But, at the end of the day, the run game has fallen off, and maybe they need to trust each other more. Maybe Stevenson sees something that May doesn't see, and maybe May sees something Stevenson doesn't see, and you got to trust each other to make that right call. And there's going to be no time to throw to Bourne. Just about to release it. And I'm honestly a little shocked that we didn't get rid of that ball in time, but Eric Armstead is going to bring us down for a loss of 7 right away. Was going to go to Bourne, and they just didn't give us enough time. Throwing the ball again. And we're going to go to Demario Douglas, who's going to get a lot of yards because it looked like Aluakon was stuck on Stevenson, who actually beat him, but the safety kind of picked it up. Safer throw, first down. You see, looking back at this one, just enough time to throw. It was a kind of a long developing play. It's a drag route that reached all the way across the field. That's got to mean something when it comes to time to throw. We're going to go over to Rhamondre, who's once again actually been one of our most consistent receivers, as he gets the catch and breaks a tackle, really breaks the defender's soul, if anything, and gets the first down. We're actually going to run the ball with Rhamondre, speaking of. And, we got some room. Nice stiff arm, gains about 7 or 8. Aluakon back on that one as well. And I really don't want to force the ball too much to Rhamondre because he's going to get tired, but, it's another pretty damn good look. And there goes Rhamondre, gains another 7. And we're going to try to bait this out. We're going to smoke screen Rhamondre so he doesn't have to run. And it also maybe drags that player out for Bourne to win a one-on-one. Maybe not really Bourne, but Henry holds on, breaks the tackle, and will in to the end zone. goes right into the end zone after a broken tackle. I don't know what the safety was doing. That might have been Wingard. I know the safety situation of the Jacksonville Jaguars, at least its strong safety, isn't really at its best right now. A little behind him, holds on to a tough one, trying to swat the ball, but out of position. And Hunter Henry, who's actually exceeded expectations himself, comes in with a big touchdown. Here we go, starting off the first drive for the Jaguars. Going to be a quick throw to the outside to none other than Christian Kirk, the underneath master. Of course, we said that we were going to go with medium defense because I feel like their team is built for that. Got a lot of medium route type receivers. And we're going to pick that up perfectly. And Trevor Lawrence going to find a perfect throw to the outside. Duggar all over that. Christian Kirk again with another first down. Very close. Pretty good coverage across the board, but nobody could get in time. Almost got to him. Extended the play just enough, and that will lead to another throw to Kirk. That'll be a first down. Duggar, we're up to the line of scrimmage. Good job by the team. Bentley with the finish. Need a little bit better on the start, though. I think we had an edge rusher get in there and just not finish the play, but ultimately we will get him down. Only a yard, yard or two gained. All right, got two tight ends lined up on the offensive line there, and they're going to get nothing on the ground. Basically, again, Mapu with the tackle, almost for a loss. I'm going to be coming in with the blitz here, I think. Let's actually pinch them and see if we can get in there. It's going to be a screen pass. We're going to be all over that with Tavai, and he's going to bring him down for a loss of 3. That will be a forced punt. Our defense doing well early on in this game. There was a lot of short looks. Jelani Tavai saving that one as, there was really not many people that read that play. We had like one DB come in late. I think I did Marcus Jones, who obviously, that's a tough one-on-one matchup. He's outsized by let's see the spin, not going to get it. Outsized by a good, I don't even know, 30 pounds maybe? Of course, ETN just a really good juke player anyways. And you can see the pass yards leaders. Drake May early on is the #1 guy. Of course, turning that ball over more than we would have liked, especially after we had a pretty good start. It was 9 touchdowns to 4 picks, and, we really haven't gone away from that. We keep just, kind of matching, if you will, as Rhamondre tries to run the ball for 2. Got an RPO look. Douglas, they're going to back off of. It's going to be pick 6 because Bourne doesn't get the block. That is an insanely good instinctive play by Ronald Darby, who's apparently still playing at a really high level. The slot corner backs off. I'm thinking, Darby's going to be covering Bourne. He sees the play all the way, and pick 6 is it. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to prepare for a corner knowing the exact play the moment the ball is snapped. I mean, he's making Sauce Gardner look bad. Sauce Gardner got beat multiple times on a bunch of different plays and never made an instinctive play like that. But Darby apparently has got it. He's the best corner in the league. What can we say? Didn't realize who we were going against. And that's a lot to ask for. Should have been picked. Try to jump in front of a Douglas, but Douglas is so small. And I didn't run the ball last drive because, or last play, because it wasn't really a run look. Didn't really look good. Maybe should have taken it. Instead, we're going to be on the run and try to throw it away. Too late. It'll be a massive loss. 4th and 30 now after the sack. Not the best of punts either, but obviously backed up so far. It's kind of what happens. 2nd and 10, though. And we're not going to read it. Our corner is going to get absolutely dominated on the bubble screen. The RPO bubble, if you will. I mean, I don't know why Kendrick Bourne didn't do that. He got absolutely smoked. 3rd and inches. Come with the blitz. Free rusher, and we get it with Peppers. I don't know who that was that ran in free and just didn't go for him, but we saved the day with Jabril. Could be a forced punt. They're going to go for it, which I kind of get. It's a bit of a long field goal. It's not guaranteed, and 1 yard is not what it used to be in the NFL. And it is when you're going against the Patriots. They lose 3. It'll be turnover on downs. Christian Barmore. There was a massive push in there. Dietrich Wise even got blocked by Barmore, but the team was able to blow up the hole, and that'll be basically a turnover against a turnover. Play worked for us before with the drag. And Rhamondre is going to get a nice block, and there goes Douglas. Aluakon has not solved the drag route just yet. Pick 6 sucks, but of course it's still going to be 7-all with our ball, so realistically we're technically back at square one. Look at that truck move over Amani Hooker. Don't have Wingard anymore. It's actually Amani Hooker. So safety's not terrible here. It's just I don't know, caught him sleeping, I guess, on that Hunter Henry touchdown. Maybe he just couldn't believe what he saw. He's like, wow, that is an insane truck. Let's go inside on the run, and Rhamondre will get enough blocks, slips through some tacklers, and gets the first down. I really didn't think that was going to be anywhere near 10-11. That's what she said. Hey. Kind of want to throw the ball here. I feel like they're coming with some a little bit of heat, maybe. Maybe wrong. It's going to be a tough throw. No, it's not. Polk's got room. One to beat. Not the fastest man, but takes it to the 4-yard line. They all stepped up. I'm not sure if they just believe in that drag because we've been hitting that successfully throughout. But they cleared out, and Polk just had nobody on him. Covering the comeback route, I'm not even sure what their strong safety's doing. That ball's a little underthrown, but that's on the money enough to where he didn't really have to slow down too much. Maybe we get to the 2 instead of the 4, which honestly I probably prefer to be at the 4. Gives me more options. If I'm at the 2, I have to run the ball pretty much. See the safety creeping a little bit. I think one of them is going to come in free. We're still going to run the ball anyways, though. Perfect blocking, and Rhamondre will score. Back on top. Obviously, we had that hiccup with the pick 6, but the offense, other than that, has been okay. It's been okay. And the Jaguars are an up-and-coming defense, without a doubt. But Rhamondre Stevenson, having a better week than normal, will get a touchdown. It's been a little rare for him to get those as well. We said this week's focus was going to be the inside run, and so far, I think we've done a pretty good job of utilizing that. And we're going to get blocked up. A great job with Bentley there. Of course, we did about as much as we could. 5 yards gain. Just D-line's giving no resistance. Can't complain, though, because they obviously got that really insane stop on 4th and 1 from an inside run. So, some good and some bad. It'll happen. Good fake out the safeties on the wrong player now. And good tackle, but that will be a first down. Gabe Davis might be his first catch of the game. To be fair, they haven't really thrown to the receivers much at all. A lot of short stuff and runs. And, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what we're going to be changing to in the second half. They did say they run the ball well, and yes, they're not wrong. I just feel like our pass defense has been so bad that, you know, most teams will want to mix it up and throw the ball against us. Barmore. Oh, he's got a chance at it. Duggar tries to swat it, can't get him. And that's going to be a massive touchdown down the field to yet another new weapon, Brian Thomas Jr., the man with the height and speed. Barmore can't get there in time. Duggar's in decent position. Gets there slightly late, though. Trying to go for that swat, misses, and that will be a massive touchdown by the Jaguars to tie this one back up. 2 linebackers lined up over the center here, basically. I'm not going to be running the ball on this one. See what Polk's got down the sideline for us. Rhamondre's open enough. He's been pretty dependable at catching, and I mean, Aluakun's been all over the place, but he has been a step late. You know, giving up 9 yards, even though it is a running back, it's technically a mismatch. That's a loss, obviously, on the play. We're going to go with a deeper play action play as it's, 1 yard needed. And I think we're just going to run with May. Pretty good reaction time there by, was it Josh Allen there, but the speed of Drake May was just enough to get to the boundary for that first down. Anyone slower, it would not have been a first down. Pretty good reaction, just not quick enough. Oh, my. Oh, there goes Rhamondre. Bouncing off of a tackler for 9. There you go. He's feeling it. He's starting to remember that he's a big fella. If Rhamondre can remember that he is a big fella, I think we'll be in good shape as he gains about 3 or 4 there. Good blocking. Under center, looking for a quick throw. See how they line it up. Henry, wide open. Trying to truck, gain 6. Been a lot of back and forth scoring. If we can, make this the final score of the drive or the half, that would be great. And Douglas is free. Not going to happen. Wide open. Perfect throw under pressure. Looked around. Didn't really like the curl. Nice throw while being hit. Didn't really like Henry. I probably should have taken Henry just as the safety valve because otherwise, I mean, if Drake May didn't make a crazy, almost Big Ben type of I'm about to get hit, but I'm going to take the hit and throw it perfectly anyways, type of throw, it would have been down to the ground, maybe even picked, who knows. But it worked out. Yeah, we were going to play the more clock management, score last second type of thing, but once again, you get a touchdown. Touchdowns aren't guaranteed in this league. You take the score. First down's only a gain of 1. Defense, for the most part on the run, I would say, because we've limited the big play and because we've done okay. Sometimes, fumble! Picked up by Dietrich Wise. Yapping about how the defense plays against the run, and we get a huge turnover forced by Dietrich Wise Jr., and we might be back. Runs right into trouble. I don't know how he's fumbling the ball there, and Dietrich Wise bullies Lawrence there and recovers it right on his face. And of course, looking at running backs that receive the ball well, Rhamondre way out in the lead of over 100 yards. Special things are happening in Wembley. Rhamondre is going to get some decent blocks. Bounces off of another tackler. Man, he is like a tank. Gains 8. Be the 2-minute warning. I mean, we really should, if we can, actually play the clock this time. At the same time, they're kind of anti-run here. Douglas, he gets bumped by his own guy. Douglas, number 2. Never mind. Demario Douglas, that drag route. They are not able to cover this man. A shifty little fella. Kind of bump into each other. It's not our fault. Not a great throw, but we just wanted to get that ball out there as quickly as possible. And we will have another score. I'm telling you, though, with Oluokun, I'm not saying that we don't score here, but Savage is in good enough coverage where I'm still throwing this, but I'm not getting a touchdown, I don't think. And Oluokun just standing in the way, allowing Douglas to score. I think if I want scores in the future, I'm going to talk about how we need to waste the clock. Because anytime I talk about that, we score directly after. Good bump. Almost penalized the guy. I was trying to get a piece of Brian Thomas and kind of bumped into him as I was trying to run past him. And that's going to be a sack. Uche, who's actually almost leading the league in sacks had, pause, is going to add another one. Number 7 on the year, I believe. This team, I don't know what's gotten into them. Maybe the biggest stage situation? Uh-oh. ETN is going to break off the tackle. Unfortunately, the pass-off didn't really work out. Let's go with man coverage here. We're not really there. I'm going to drop back hard. And that could be picked. Good defense. Actually, good recovery, though. Yeah, I think if we weren't there, that ball might have been thrown out more in front. Lawrence, I think, saw us last second, kind of threw it behind him a little bit. All right, Bentley against the running back. Yeah, they're actually going to throw it over the running back. There's a reason why I didn't really follow him, because I felt like we had a pretty good chance to cut them off, and we did. They're still probably going to go for this. They're, in a situation where they can get a field goal if they get 10. But we're going to bring the blitz, force them into a bad decision. What quarterback doesn't do worse under the blitz pressure? We're not there. And he will throw it over there, play it safe, gets him out of bounds, saves the timeout. Could be a field goal, don't get me wrong, but with 2 timeouts left, if they don't hit it, yeah, they're going to punt it. I was about to say, the dangers of not getting the field goal here are pretty high. You miss this field goal, and we only need 20 yards with 2 timeouts and 50 seconds to get a field goal ourselves. Although, you punt the ball like that, and maybe you should have. Rhamondre, not a whole lot of attempts, but 55 yards and a touchdown sounds great to me. And for the 21-yard line, they pin us inside the 10. Maybe I don't go for this, but, they give us some room. And that's a late throw, but we're going to have Bourne come back to it. We're going to call a timeout here as well. About 10 yards gained. We can get a deep in from Bourne as well again. And we will. That's going to be a lot of yards. Trying to get as much as we can. Maybe even get out of bounds. I think we can hurry up here instead of wasting that last time out. Offense is looking really good so far. Douglas. Perfect throw. Douglas is running. All the way down to the 13. Drake May has been perfect today. That pick, that's just a really good play by a corner. What can you say? Look at the offense flourishing. Douglas has been pretty damn good so far. Let's get a block from Rhamondre. If we have enough time, we could try to find Bourne. They're kind of on that. And that would have been a really tough power throw to throw it left against Oluokun. I was willing to try it, though. I think we would have had a good chance at a 50-50 ball. I think we take the big fella, and wow, Oluokun's going to undercut it. Okay, I did not think that was going to happen. Rhamondre, you got to get this. Get out in front of him. We missed the tackle. We can still recover. Good job, Douglas. He runs out of time. I can't believe we couldn't get back under that, man. The lack of athleticism from Hunter Henry is super annoying. The ball is a little flat. I was trying to throw a jump ball into the end zone and it just didn't work out. It sucks because Drake May's having a great game, and those 2 interceptions are going to make it look like crap. Either way, we're going to be winning by 14. Oh, these picks, man. They're pissing me off. I can't believe we barely got that off. Look at the ball even came out as like a wobbler. Douglas celebrating in the end zone. That is painful. Throwing another pick. Focus back on the inside, and, they got to throw the ball. I was going to say defend, run inside, because that's where they've been succeeding, but at the end of the day, they're down 14. They got to throw the ball more. But yeah, I mean, you can tell by the turnovers, the way they're getting these turnovers as well, that it's not easy. Yeah, we're just doing well. Could have been up 31-7 though if we were safer with the ball. Remember, one of their touchdowns was actually a defensive touchdown for their pick 6. But it is what it is. You know, rookies throw picks. That's how it is. Rookies also don't throw 3 touchdowns in the first half, so you take the good with the bad. As we blast him with Bentley and force the fumble. The Jaguars are turning the ball over just like we are now. What a recovery. I mean, we got hit power in this team. This team has got a lot of hit power. And ETN tries to protect the ball, but still fumbles on the hard hit stick from Bentley. Pretty well timed as well. Blasted and recovered from the 29-yard line. We're going to run the ball. Looks like Stevenson's the superstar. That little notch there. Oh, Rhamondre's got room. Rhamondre catches him off guard all the way to the 1. Flat-footed. Didn't realize Rhamondre had that pull-away speed. Great blocking. Good vision. Let's get Rhamondre back into this end zone if we can. Really, we should throw this because I don't think we're going to get in there, but we'll try. We can. Easily. Good blocking. This has been a massive blowout. The Jaguars might be legitimately a 2-4, now 2-5 team. 35-14. There's always one of these weird, like, you know, European blowouts. Oh, we can't get him over the middle. Brian Thomas is trying his best to take away this blowout. Let's move him over a little bit. I'm going to use Uche. Oh, we almost got underneath him. ETN's going to gain 6. Kind of liking using Uche. Let's try it again. 3rd and 4. And quick out. Going to gain a bunch to Kirk for the first down. Got a blitz coming. Marte going against the running back. Another quick out. And a little bit more inside. He actually has a chance to cut up field. Gabe Davis will gain a few. Maybe I will go Keon. Bull rush. Trying to move over the club over. And touchdown. Over to that left side of the field for Gabe Davis. Long developing route, obviously. Can't really ask for much more than what we've already gotten from Jones there. Marcus Jones, undersized in the matchup too. Jacksonville will keep it interesting. It just sucks when you bring 5 and you actually get pretty damn good coverage anyways and still just can't get there. 5v5, we couldn't get in. It's a tough world we live in. All right, up 14. Just got to protect the ball. And can't get the throw off. All right, 1 linebacker lined up over the center here. Let's get past him, and we will. Rhamondre bounces it. Huge hit. Gains 12. I don't know why I keep saying over the center, by the way. I literally just mean in the box. I'm just making weird words happen. And Rhamondre bouncing off of tacklers very easily. Over 100 today. 2 rushing touchdowns as well. Best game of the year for sure. I felt like with their team comp, made sense to try and go inside against them on the run. And hesitated, but Rhamondre will still make it work for the first down. Wow, he is breaking a load of tackles today. Screen pass on 3rd and 6, so you can get into field goal range. Kind of already there. Let's make it easier, and it will be easier. Rhamondre tried to go with the hezzy, didn't really work out. Already the leading receiver for running backs in the league. Adds another 36 to the game. There goes Rhamondre in the screen for a big first down. Great blocking. That was pretty easy in fairness. But a big part of it, even though he did drop that big touchdown, that kind of almost lost us that one game, didn't it, actually? He makes it look so easy. Catching the ball, running routes, and wow! That was a massive hit by Trayvon Walker, who we really haven't heard of his name today. That was a smash. Outs. Bourne. Perfect throw. Let him upfield a little bit too much, to be honest, to the 10. They just weren't even on it. Henry, if we throw this in quickly enough, could actually catch them off guard. Not going to happen. Douglas could be number 3. I didn't have the speed against Luakon. I mean, this doesn't look very good for them. From the 4, the final quarter, they're already down 14. They need to force a fumble or something here. Let's try to do some fancy business. Get Hooper running back there, maybe delaying them a little bit. The linebacker already just moved over really hard on that. And I don't know if they're going to fall for it, but Rhamondre's going in with a huge truck for number 3 anyways. And we will close out the game. Faltered a little bit in the 3rd, and then, of course, had this really nice drive. And that will, in my opinion, close this one out. Look at that truck. Oh, my God. This is the kind of game I was hoping to see more of from Rhamondre. And that was just actually ruthless. And I kid you not. I wanted to sim a little bit just to see what would happen, and we had 4 15-yard penalties on this drive. Huge hit. Surprised he didn't fumble, to be honest. Almost every green timing hit we've had has been a fumble to the 4-yard line. I mean, it's still plenty of time with all those, penalties. The NFL trying to rig this to make it a more interesting game for this crowd. It's really anyone's game still. And it's going to be a fake out. No way. Oh, we missed hard. Huge hit by Keon White. Oh, my God. I don't know how he doesn't fumble. I mean, that was a hit from his blind side. He didn't even know he was coming. I can't believe he actually made that play. Like, to hold on to the ball. And we were, I wouldn't say we were napping, but we hesitated too much. We were waiting for him to make a decision, and by the time he did, we were already out of position so much that we couldn't even recover on it anyways. Should have just made a business decision that, hey, we had some help to the left, let's just go to the right, and of course that's where ETN ran, or vice versa if you're looking at it from our point of view. And on the return, Tyquan Thornton. He's already fumbled once in a game. We're going to trust him with our lives, though. They're a little less willing to let us run the ball now, it seems. Oh, but they're on the wrong side. Stiff arm attempt gains us 4. Got the 2 outs with Stevenson underneath. He's been, a great receiving back. Let's just make the right read. And we're just going to run. And Drake May will break away for the first down. Huge to add more clock drain to these final 4 minutes. It seemed like the whole defense spread to the outside except for the middle linebacker, which gave us a lane to run to. And Rhamondre fighting gains 7. And we already ran this play where we ran the ball out of it, and we got the first down, or the touchdown, actually. So let's see if we can trick them by actually throwing it this time. And we can't. We're going to take a hit. There was not a soul open. I mean, hell, it was strange to even see them cover Hooper that hard. You would have thought Hooper was one of the best tight ends in the league. Oh, there he goes with a nice truck move. That'll be another first down, Rhamondre, and I don't see how they can win this game now. Uh-oh. We got an injury from Polk. That's not good. Rhamondre burying another player. He has literally trucked every single player. And now we have another injury. Demario Douglas is injured now. Back-to-back wide receivers, and this time Douglas is going to the locker room. You've got to be kidding me. Fellas, just hold on. We're almost out of here. Not even just like the injuries themselves, which could suck down the line. Okay, muscle cramps, I can live with it. But like the fact that we're giving them free timeouts on top of it to potentially come back. Like that is, how unlucky that is to just have what happened back to back. Bruce Sternum. Okay, we can live with those injuries at least. Like if they get the stop here, they have a chance to come back, which they never would have. 2 free clock stopping plays, and it doesn't matter because Rhamondre's open, going for the end zone. Big truck move. I mean, maybe he shouldn't have went out of bounds there, but I wanted as many yards as we could get. Drake May, the completion percentage definitely went down a little bit. The touchdowns didn't go up, and of course we had 2 interceptions on the day. It was still an unbelievable game, but obviously looking at the box score, it's not going to look as good as it did earlier. Rhamondre's had a huge game. We're going to give it right back to him. Perfectly set up. The blocks, another truck move, gains 8. I mean, it's just how many people are going to have the tackling to stop 89-plus trucking. It's why we kept going power move, because I want to get to 90-plus. He's already good as is. But imagine 90-plus. And Rhamondre will go for number 4! The London Games. Rhamondre Stevenson showing out in London. Basically the home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And he's going to have 4 big ones and a bunch of yards to show for it. If that isn't the player of the week, I don't know who is. Oh my, that is just unbelievable. And Evan Ingram's going to go all the way in for the end zone. Wow. What a ridiculous play. Arm tackling, couldn't bring him down, and Jacksonville's somehow magically still in it. Yes, they need a miracle, but that is crazy. Here's the onside kick. I don't even know who's on it. Osborne. Dependable catcher, I suppose. Oh, Schooler. Schooler had to come up and save it. Perfect kick, to be honest. That thing had a pop. I really want to quick throw this, but once again, they have no timeouts. Getting that clock moving again is the main goal. And Gibson does a pretty good job, too. Oh, my God, Gibson wants his job back. Gains 5. 57-yard field goal. We're up by 14, so why not? Okay, I'm actually a little surprised that it's not moving faster than this, because this is a long kick. I don't know if I put enough juice on it. And it's in. I always played a little safe because I don't want it to go wide. But I suppose when you have the accuracy perfect like that, you probably can go all the way red. That's a beautiful kick from 57. You didn't feel like it was over before. And the 57-yard field goal while you're already down 14 is kind of crazy. I just can't believe the Jaguars are... Can we get there? We can! Beautiful play! What a pitch! We're having fun in London, baby. That'll end the game. 52-35. The world is on alert. New England back over 500, 4-3. What an electric game. That was a fun one. I mean, even if, it was blowout at times, the Jaguars kept it interesting enough to where it would have been a good watch. There was highlight plays on both sides of the ball. Rhamondre was just inevitable. He was just him. Some really good defensive plays as well, and really unfortunate to throw the picks we did with Drake May, but at the same time, once again, he's a rookie quarterback playing in some huge games here against some really good opponents. And, the offensive line at times, the receivers at times, not really doing what they're doing, costing us. And, it'll happen. It'll happen. Of course, the pick to Aluakon was completely our fault. But the first one, what can you do? That bubble, I mean, the cornerback that's directly against Demario Douglas pulls off of him. And Demario Douglas is having a pretty good game so far. What do you expect? Of course, the run defense was amazing. Rhamondre Stevenson, amazing. 154 yards with 4 touchdowns. Add another 62 to receiving. That's over 200 yards of total offense with 4 touchdowns. Player of the week. Otherwise, we riot. Demario Douglas was great. Bourne had a couple of plays. Did we have anyone else going anything? Hunter Henry, Jalen Polk had a 38-yarder. Definitely want to get Polk back going because he's slowed down a little bit for sure. Onwenu had a great game, especially since some of the players he's playing against. Defensively, Mason Smith with a sack and a half, White with a sack, Uche with a sack, Trayvon Walker and Allen Hines, Allen, and Armstead with a half each. A lot of combined sacks there. Bentley with that last-second pick, Darby and Aluakon with big picks that changed the game for moments, but Jacksonville just couldn't capitalize, and ultimately we did more good than bad. And that's the thing with sliders. I really, like I said, I liked last game's episode sliders because it was challenging in all the right areas, yet we just have a game like that against Jacksonville where we just absolutely smoked them. Obviously, we weren't perfect on defense, but we took care of business in that game just now. Yet the sliders didn't change. Maybe it is the Jaguars aren't that good of a team. They were 2-4 coming in. But we're 4-3 going up against the New York Jets for a second time. We got the weekly award. No breakout, unfortunately. But yeah, obviously Stevenson was going to win Player of the Week. 4 rushing touchdowns with 200 total yards is always going to win. If you don't win it then, I don't know what we're doing. Even if a quarterback throws for 6 touchdowns, I still think 4 rushing touchdowns, especially when you have 200 total yards to go with it, always wins. You almost, I wouldn't say expect 6 touchdowns passing from a quarterback, but you don't not expect it. Whereas far as a running back going for that, you don't expect that. Let's be honest. You don't expect more than 2 rushing touchdowns, let alone 3, let alone 4. Of course, we have our national focus we'll get into. And of course, the Jets also at 2-5. They really have not hit their strides. Of course, some mistakes against them and barely were able to beat them the first time. So if we're not on our A game, the Jets could have a little bit of an upset, which is weird because, we're the team that's supposed to be upsetting people, but look at the record, baby. So we have the national focus time, and I got to first see, what was our scout focusing on? Defensive tackle. I think that's still probably what I would like to focus on. So we're going to have our national focus on the defensive tackle position. It is actually probably our biggest need. Sort of, not really, actually. I mean, there's a lot of needs on this team. O-line might have actually been slightly higher, but what can you do? I think DT, especially when we have that as our focus, we should know everything about the DT position as a whole. So, you can't be wrong with knowing the complete defensive tackle position. As far as the weekly strategy goes, let's take a look at what the Jets do well, which, of course, is not running the ball. And last time we played them, Breece Hall was struggling. So I'm going to say short pass because Rodgers, like I said, has kind of gone to that short pass game. Their defensive ranks seem to have ever so slightly improved, but that's like maybe by 1 or 2 ranks in some of the positions. But overall, it's still statistically a pretty bad a team on defense. Even though they have Quentin Williams, run inside was amazing for us last week. So obviously, I'm going to continue going with what has worked. And here we go, obviously highlighting Rhamondre Stevenson, who's having a great season in general, but with that last 4-touchdown performance in London, he now has 6 touchdowns on the season with over 500 yards rushing and a bunch more to go with it in the receiving game, potentially, weirdly enough, especially with a slow start on the ground, on par for 2,000 total. Is that actually something we could pull off here? Is that really something we could pull off? That would be absolutely insane, but I think we actually are very close to on par for that, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, would love to continue doing the most of it on the ground, as that would obviously lead to a potential dev up, and, you know, if he got a trucking ability along with the trucking and power ratings that he's already got, he could truly become, like, super special. Maybe not as fast, but, you know, the next Derrick Henry almost, if you will. But obviously, you know, that speed, definitely a little bit lower. But, hey, a couple upgrades, and maybe he's right there. Either way, we're going to be kicking the ball off first. We've, you know, got back on the winning track after losing 2 in a row. A little bit of a dreary one. I don't know if it's going to start raining. Hopefully not. But then again, we do run the ball well, so maybe it's worth it. Oh, nice return to the 32. Had a chance to go even further, but let's take a look at Aaron Rodgers and this New York Jets team that, once again, is definitely not exceeding expectations, not even at expectations. You know, 2-5 for a team that seems like it has all the potential in the world is definitely a little bit of a letdown so far. But all it takes is one win, especially over a division rival, and just like that, you are absolutely back in the race, especially with a bunch of motivation, especially on the road. As they're going to run the ball with Breece Hall. We're going to try to chase him down with Uche, and we actually are the one to get him. He gains 14 yards on the very first carry, and based on their numbers, I mean, that's probably the best run they've had all season. Well, besides the last one they had against us. I think they did get like a 20-some yarder against us. Overall, Breece wasn't terrible. He just wasn't consistent. Tried to swat, couldn't get there. A lot of time to throw, and Breece is going to get the ball again for another 12-13. Jets with back-to-back first downs, and Breece Hall is going to probably go the wrong way there as he loses 3. If you would have cut that back inside, you know, the linebackers are a little late to the party. Some pretty good blocks at the second level, and maybe gets at least 4. And then, of course, with Breece Hall's talent, he could have easily gotten even more than 4. But we'll take it. Finally a negative. Finally a little bit of a stop as they're going to run the ball again. We're going to get out there. We overran it with Bentley, but it's still only going to be 5, which is going to lead to a 3rd and 8. And we're going to switch out to the wrong guy. Uche can't get the dive, and Tyler Conklin, who actually had a couple of catches for some big plays, especially on 3rd down against us the first time, is going to come away with a massive, massive conversion there. We almost got there with Uche. They didn't give us a dive. I thought we maybe had the range for it. Didn't give it to us. Maybe it's because he's a big fella. Either way, that's going to be a very big conversion. And we're going to be in coverage. Oh, we got 2 guys running into each other and to the outside. What a huge stiff arm by Mike Williams to the 5. Holy crap. The New York Jets are moving. And we're going to come with the blitz, and back of the end zone. It's going to be right back to Mike Williams, who kind of started that thing off with a big play. We had a guy running across. I don't know if he was late on his own coverage or it was a blitz, but had a chance, just didn't react in time, and the Jets will have a pretty nice drive that will lead to a touchdown. Return for Wallace, who hasn't really gotten a whole lot of returns and definitely hasn't gotten a whole lot of blocks. Will get us to the 29-yard line. As Drake May, who's had some ups and some downs, has had a decent rookie year so far. 18 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Of course, gunslinger it up with 2,000 passing yards. Here we go, that weird kind of like wonky, long, motion behind the line of scrimmage play that never goes anywhere. As we're going to barely get this ball off, and it's going to be overthrown because of it. I think we got it picked up last second, but that guy came in free. Yeah, you can see why we panicked. Reddick, who didn't get traded again, after all, busts through the right tackle, and then I see him right up on us. I'm like, yeah, we got to get rid of this. All right, we said we were going to run the ball more. Last week was great. We're running the ball again here, and Rhamondre runs right through a player for 5 yards. That'll set us up for a chance on 3rd and 5. All right, we're going to go with a short out for Douglas. Could be a quick throw to the running back. And that's going to be a tough throw. We're not going to get it off. And got a little antsy in the pocket, can't lie. That's going to be a punt. They just get to us in time, and I was just about to throw that deep into Bourne. And we did run maybe a little prematurely, but at the same time, the center had a chance to get a piece of him and just missed. And nice hit, but that will still be 6 yards. From the 26-yard line. Move the players over a little bit. The run game is so open. We're going to get over to Breece. Wow, Mike Williams just will not drop a pass. First down again. Tyron Smith also, starting for their offensive line. Although, is he injured already? And to the outside, going to try to strip the ball. It's going to be another 6 yards gain. That's why we said to stop the short pass. We knew this is how they were going to play. And so far, have not learned our lesson. If I actually play the super short pass, it doesn't work. I play the, man coverage game. That doesn't work either. They got some good receivers, and it's showing. As Duggar's going to get there, but not finish the play. No one's going to help. Pepper's going to kill Brees, but it's still going to be a 5-yard gain and another first down. I really don't know what you want from me there. We played it safe. Didn't go for the hit stick because I was worried that we were going to end up, missing the tackle, but missed it anyways. Oh, we couldn't get there because we kind of almost got PI'd by Mike Williams. He pushed through us as I was trying to get past him. Incidental, they're going to say, I guess, but that could have been a pick six. Instead, it's going to be a conversion to the outside. Oh, my dot. How does Rodgers fit that in there? I have no idea. That is a perfect throw, and yet another New York first down. We've been in situations like this before, so we're not completely panicking, but I got to say, seeing Rodgers on point is worrisome. I also didn't realize that was just, your casual, I would call it off-ball one-hander, right? Because, if the ball is going from your right to your left, you should one-hand it with your left. Okay, yeah, sure, why not? Jelani. Oh, we should have protected the edge. Huge hit, though. Still going to be damn near a first down, entering almost the second quarter. I really don't know if I believe this is going to be a run or not, but I'm still blitzing. Running base has not worked out for us, and that had a chance. Mike Williams is going to go in for number 2. Perfect blocking across the board. Bad tackle because he was trying to go for the pick at the point of attack. On the catch, and Mike Williams has the second one of the day. And look at all these really good players they have on that side of the line. I can't really run it there. That's a tough one. Almost picked off, but instead caught. Try to lead him inside there. It was a tough throw, and wow, we were lucky to not get picked. They got some good corners here. They got some really, really good corners here. Gonna go over to Rhamondre, who is once again the leading receiving back in the league, believe it or not. Gains 5. End of the first quarter is definitely not looking super good on the scoreboard for us, but is still really early in this game. Just got to get into the end zone. We're going to look for a quick throw again. They're going to leave Rhamondre open again. Oh, look at Rhamondre! That is a huge play. Broke 3 sets of ankles. That is 6 ankles, ladies and gentlemen. You can't get that in today's economy. 3 ankles for the price of 1 juke. 3 sets anyways. Oh, my God. Beautiful play by Rhamondre. He's got elusiveness. Don't you worry about it. I got to say, I'm loving this Rhamondre Stevenson because early on I was like, oh, my, he is really not that good. And then all of a sudden we get him the ball more. Huge hit by C.J. Mosley, who I worry about forcing a fumble from. And he's cooking. The only thing that has changed with him is that we have given him more opportunities. That is it. Before it was like, oh, we run it once, it doesn't work too well, we get rid of, the game plan with him. Bourne, another really good slant play. First down. But now him getting a bad play, because we've seen so much from him, is like, it's an anomaly, and we're like, oh, let's get in the ball again. Let's see him make up for it. That's a bad play against the safety. I mean, that probably works if you have not the red zone there. And I just threw it right against Tayshaun Gibson, who's not even really that good anymore. As soon as I released it, even though I believed at first, I knew it was a bad decision. You had that deep out over there on the other side. Polkwood had himself a touchdown. Instead, forced it to the first wide open player I saw. And sure, he was wide open, but not only is there a depth problem of getting him the ball in time, but also the safety broke on it right before we threw it. And why shouldn't he? All of the plays in his vicinity were to that side or just not there. Instead, we throw another stupid pick right at the end of a great drive. Try to swat it, can't. We were supposed to play coverage, and we didn't. It's going to be another big play for Mike Williams, who's still not technically down. So far, not so good in coverage. Run defense has been okay. See if they're going to run it here, if we can keep saying that as a truthful statement. And we need Gonzalez, who hits Garrett Wilson at the point of the attack and still lands the hit. He still lands the catch. I don't understand how that's possible. But Christian Gonzalez might be the most unlucky corner in the league. Yeah, everything's kind of going right for the Jets right now. Get a lot of players up because one of these times it's going to actually be a run. There it is. And we obviously kind of lean towards the outside as The last time we gave up the edge, it was a pretty big run. It worked out, though. Leaning that way, I think, caused the, Brees to run inside. Protected that big play from happening. And, what were we supposed to do? Huge hit by Bentley. Holds on. Wide open. Maybe not wide open, but open enough. So far, we've just done nothing good on defense. We've been close. Yeah. But we've not actually made the play. And Wise does a pretty good job. Nice tackle one-on-one. It's going to gain nothing. All right, here's seeing the future. Get the stop for only a field goal. Get a touchdown before half. It's 7-17. That's doable. Inside. Second level. Finally, we get a sack. Dietrich Wise, of all people, on the edge getting there. Didn't even get pressure. Just pretty good coverage for once. Let's back him up a little bit. Stay with Bentley in case it's a screen, which it is. Oh, there was a chance. Good job, though. You want to force that out. And because of the sack, maybe my prediction's even less future-heavy, less promising, because they might actually not hit this field goal. It's a long kick. And he doesn't care. He made it look easy. Never mind. Still 17-0 now after that field goal. Wallace on the return. Oh, we had a chance. Wallace really is not that fast, though, I got to be honest, but he had all that potential. Of course, Rhamondre, looking at the season stats, they're great. Well, let's kind of focus on this week. How about that? 17-0. That's kind of the big talking point. Personally, not super concerned about what he did the previous weeks. I'm a little bit more concerned by the fact that we suck. Pulling guard. And, yeah, the superstars are going to look like superstars. Who would have thought? Gotta say, it's a little disappointing because I don't really think Hassan Reddick is like some amazing block shed guy. Let's go in there quickly. Henry holds on. I really don't like that juke move. But hey, if you're going to keep trying like that, might as well. I can't hate a man for trying. 2-minute warning, we really need this drive to continue. We're already down, 17-0. It's a bad look. But then you also give them the ball back. So it's like, not only are you not scoring again, but you're also giving them a chance to put up even more points. We're going to go right to Henry again. If they're going to leave it, I'm going to take the freebie every day of the week. It was so open so early that I honestly almost, I thought we were going to actually miss the play because I was going to throw it too early, and Rhamondre should have maybe just played the speed game to the outside. Thought because of the angle he was taking that I could have maybe juked inside, but nope. Either way, it's a few yards. And that's going to be a wide open Polk. As I don't know what it is with Sauce Gardner, but he's playing like a super off Sherman right now. Like Sauce isn't really like some deep zone corner. I'm not really sure what's going on here. But they're playing him off like every play. And we're going to pick up some nice blocks. Rhamondre with a nice stiff arm. Still stiff arming. I don't even know if he got out of bounds, but he got damn near close to it. Rhamondre, he's just a dangerous man with the ball in his hand. So obviously when it comes to the receiving game, it's going to be amplified just like that. Douglas, if the throw is better, not that it matters because it's going to be a touchdown anyway. The drag route king. Everyone want to call Michael Thomas slant boy? This is drag boy, and we love him. We aren't going to make fun of him. We love him. You're going to be a god on the drag routes? I don't give a damn. Let you be a god. Little low again. We hate throwing. We're allergic to throwing him a good ball, but hey, he makes it happen every time anyways. Question is, did we give Rodgers too much time? I'm sure there's not compilations out there of that. As we're going to be seeing a pretty big play to start her out. Garrett Wilson. Are they going to give him credit for out of bounds as well there? That is insane. Not that it matters. They have all the timeouts in the world. That honestly almost benefits us at this rate. We give up a quick enough touchdown, maybe we can go back down. Oh, that could be picked. Tabai! Jelani. I'm not sure what he's doing, but once again, the third maybe pick we have had against Rodgers when he's throwing to Mike Williams. There was at least, I'm pretty sure, 2 in the first game. And I'm pretty sure that was another throw to Mike Williams. He's been better today, but yet another critical error. And we could turn this thing around because of that. If we didn't have the turnover forces we did against the Jets, we probably don't win that game, right? So could we get back into this one because of the same thing? Why wouldn't we try to break this thing back open with another screen? Worked last time. We're going to be out there again. Pretty good blocking, Rhamondre. Stiff arm, why not? Does not go down to the 49-yard line. We love this guy. 5 for 5, 68 yards through the air. He's like nowadays Alvin Kamara. Kamara's pretty trucky. Isn't as fast. And throw it away. step because we were about to deliver, and yeah, there just wasn't an opening. Thought there was so many different players who were about to just break free, and none of them did. Let's get an extra block, see if we can turn something into something. And it's going to be not open. Thought we were going to end up getting a ground in there. Try to get something crazy going with a double move. And, I mean, they're just going to get on us again. Thank God that was a throw-in, not a fumble. Man, we had a golden opportunity with that pick, but at least we limited points. Should be headed to halftime. Down 17-7, I believe, with ball as well. And that is the last thing we needed him to do, was get to the edge there. Oh, my God. You've got to be kidding me with this defense. Like, we didn't even play safe. We didn't. Yet here we are, struggling again. Thought he was going to go way out there. That's fine. That throw doesn't really hurt us too much. You know, normally you protect the end zone, which we're going to keep our safeties deep, but we're going to go with a little bit of man coverage, see if we can actually lock something down. That could be picked, and it will be. Shaun Wade, the preseason interception guru, has a chance on the return. It opens up. Rodgers is trying to catch him. And he won't! Into the end zone as the time expires to make this a 3-point game at halftime. I gotta say that Rodgers was on his horse. He actually almost caught up. So many times I debated going for a spin or a juke move inside. I don't know what it is with these corner routes, but he's leaving them way undersold. And we get the pick six right before halftime as time expires. And I think the craziest, coolest part is, if I'm not mistaken, he actually did play the angle perfectly. That's how you should be playing that angle. Didn't sell out too hard, so the juke move, maybe it was going to be there, it could have been there, but you could have recovered on a juke or a spin move inside and had a chance at the 2-yard line to make the tackle, and just couldn't bring us down in time. Shaun Wade had the momentum, just barely. So many times I thought about cutting inside. So many times I thought about going down. And thankfully we went for it all because we just barely got in. That could have been a devastating one. But instead, it's a 3-point deficit right into halftime. Perfect little comeback. And the Cardinals, a little bit of an upset against the Miami Dolphins into halftime, could help us out a bunch, as that would drop them down to 5-2 instead of 6-1. You know, the Ravens, the Browns, I would imagine at some point one of these games are going to matter. You know, the Ravens potentially taking one of the wild card round spots if they don't make the, if they don't take their division. The Detroit Lions and the Titans could be another one that really affects us, as it is one of the worst games of all time. It's halftime 3-0 pretty much. Looking at some of the highlight plays, how many of these are going to be picks? That's what I want to know. And there it is, Shaun Wade with the interception for a touchdown. Once again, multiple interceptions. I think 3 in preseason. Really impressive stuff from him, and he helps it translate into the regular season for the game's biggest play, without a doubt. Of course, we say we're going to defend the inside run and attack with it. Haven't really went inside on the ground. It's been a lot of outside runs and throws to the running back. But hey, chance to be leading after this drive, so whatever happens, happens. As Wallace gets some pretty damn good blocks, just doesn't have the speed to really do anything with it so far. And we keep going with this stretch play, and then I keep audibling out of it because I don't really like it, but let's do it anyways. And Rhamondre will actually get enough room to run. Fights for 12. The second effort was amazing. Let's see that trap play. And Rhamondre with a great cutback, gains 3. Thought it was maybe 1 or 2 at best. Not a bad gain. Inside zone from the 47-yard line. And really good run. And we get absolutely hit-sticked, which is not really common for Rhamondre, but CJ Mosley, who's usually all over it, actually got beat on that one. He ran to the hole, but just didn't, make the play. I still like our numbers here. I still like our odds. Oh, we had a chance there. Nice fight. Gains 5. I was debating on fighting because, the second guy comes up, instant pop, but it worked. It was scary, but it did work. Run towards the superstars, huh? And Rhamondre gets blasted by all those players. It still gains 2 or 3. 3rd and 2. Back to inside zone. We just need 1 yard. I will say Rhamondre's stamina, where is it? I guess they're not going to show me. Is potentially worrisome. But he'll easily do the job, as he does, for 3. Let's see the drag. And perfect drag route again. Douglas cuts upfield for 13. We're going to go heavy, ironically enough, with Gibson. Give Stevenson a little bit of a break. And the fullback does a really good job. Gibson into the end zone with a stiff arm. Really didn't think that stiff arm was necessary. I kind of thought we were going to fall in with the stiff arm, but Really good blocking. It was just perfect. I don't know if they were expecting play action or they just missed the hole, but Antonio Gibson runs right through that like a wild man and even gets a stiff arm on top. It's so weird seeing Gibson, like, he just looks so big. I don't know. And somehow we have overcome a 17-0 deficit. I mean, what can we do? It's the Jets are making mistakes. We left the running back wide open, by the way. Oh, so did we leave Tyler Conklin wide open? But yeah, I suppose Antonio Gibson is really big. He's like 6'2", 220. Makes sense that he looks like a freaking monster. It's pretty big for a running back. Oh, we're not going to be over there. Huge hit, though. I mean, it's a green timing. Green light on that hit stick. Laying the boom tech, I guess. I don't guess that's what it's called. Uche, really haven't seen much pass rush. Another boom tech. Boom tech. Trademarked by EA. I don't freaking know, probably. I don't think anyone's cringe enough to actually trademark that besides them. Somebody really want that? Sure, go for it. Oh, late to the tight end. Doesn't matter, though, as they go to Agnew. We actually picked him off a little bit earlier on a corner route. This time it's going to be the 15 on a first down. Yeah, I don't know if I really like this. They're going to come up with Jones, who will get there, but not quite. We missed the hit sticks, and he's going to be two-hand tagged down to the 6 for a gain of 9. Obviously, we have no choice but to run commit. If it's a pass, we've basically admitted defeat, so what can you do? And it is a pass. Can't get back there. Got our hands up for nothing as Garrett Wilson will score a touchdown. The Jets will regain the lead. Maybe the user experience isn't enough. Maybe this time the Jets have come to play. Oh, Lord, is that... Yep, Jermaine Johnson wins freaking instantly. We lose 4. Thought it was pretty clever to go that heavy and then run away from the lead blocks. That's a late throw. What the hell? He just didn't want to get hit, I guess. It was a bad throw, don't get me wrong, but what is he doing? Bourne didn't even try. And you can see what happens to us. We instantly just crawl up into a ball and die if our run game sucks. Rhamondre is not going to have as much help. He's fighting everybody. It's not going to be enough, though, as he's going to be forced to a punt on 4th and 6. We've made a stop before. Entering the 4th, we're going to need another. Here it is, the game's final quarter. They have a 3-point lead. They're susceptible to turning the ball over. And we have one final quarter left to try and mount the full comeback. We're going to go 5 wide on 2nd and 5. It's probably going to be something underneath. And, I mean, it is, but so many people are open, but it's going to be 3rd and inches. I mean, they're going to go under center more than likely, but can we actually see a potential stop here? Try to get out there with Christian Gonzalez. Team tackle! A loss of 3. We'll have the ball back with a chance. Who was the first one there? Was it Jelani? It was, in fact, Peppers, who gets completely buried, but worth it as he stopped him, slowed him down, and the team brought him down. Good team effort. What a beautiful play by the team. 7 whole minutes left, so even if we don't get a touchdown, we still have potentially another chance at a stop. Team isn't as under pressure as you would once think. Oh, come on. Once think. Turning to Mike Tyson there for a moment. All right. Are we trusting Polk to win that out route? He is Polk after all. He is Polk after all. Got to get that man the ball as much as possible. Good things happen when you trust him with the ball. Of course, it could be zone coverage, but they've been running a lot of man, so we're going to expect Bourne to get across the field here. And he is open. It's a perfect throw, and Bourne can run with it. Bourne all the way to the 24-yard line. Avoids a tackle on top of it. Drake May, some pedestrian yardage and touchdown numbers, but pretty good completion percentage. Delivering the throws when they're there. I mean, that is on the money. That is a certified one if we're going to be fully for real. Inside zone. And Quentin gets blocked up perfectly enough. And there goes Rhamondre. Down to the 12. Perfect opportunity for a first down at the 2. Going to go with the outs. Stevenson inside. Could see another throw to the running back. And we're going to run right into 2 superstars. Panicked a little bit. And now we have an injury. I haven't really seen one of those in a little while. Injury timeout for one of our offensive linemen, unfortunately. Do we have another, was it tackle? I don't know. Bell? Bell's open, but not by a lot. It's a perfect throw, but it's only going to get us 4. It's going to be on Wenu. Thought it was on the left side. That's why it kind of threw me off. Douglas, I mean, he's really good on the drags, but I don't think a drag is going to get us 12. So we'll go slant. And just through to Stevenson, who was naked. We made the right call because they were going to drop that off. Stevenson was naked, and we just ran out of time. It's going to be a field goal attempt to tie this game up. I mean, I can't even blame the offensive line, to be honest, because they actually did block for pretty long. But unfortunately, it will be a field goal attempt instead of a potential touchdown, which it looked like it was going to be. And they're going to have time to score. To the 30-yard line, seems like that's damn near guaranteed. And this time we played more aggressively, and Tavai will make him lose a yard. We said we're going to focus on the run game inside, and so far it's worked. Let's get a press on Mike Williams. He's been clutch. Can't get a press on him. And inside, perfect throw to Agnew. Gets blasted, but will be another first down. I say another isn't like they had one this drive, but just in general for Agnew, he's got a lot of conversions so far for them. 2 or 3, I think, which is big for a slot receiver. You know, especially on long downs, and Brees is going to gain about 7. Gets absolutely mauled. But mauled or not, it's still a big gain, which sets up a lot easier of a second down. Try to swat, couldn't. There is nobody over there. Jelani gets beat. Pretty good hit. Not the perfectly timed one, but does knock him back. To the 38-yard line, they're basically already in field goal range, especially with the kick that Zerline hit earlier. They could really just run this thing out if they're good enough on offense. You're going to cover the running back. Get up there, Jones. It's going to be a first down to the tight end. I mean, you got to be more aggressive, especially when the ball comes out. He can't bring the ball back to him. Jeromepkr, once upon a time, wants to be thought potential tight end of the future. And good team tackle. It's going to be a 2-minute warning. Probably going to be playing for this field goal now, as all they really need is, you know, 1 touchdown on 3rd and short, and they win it. Or I should say 1 first down on 3rd and short, which would, you know, really set up that clock. But we'll see what happens, see how they play it. Anthony Jennings is in now. Okay, we got some tiredness, and there goes Brees. I mean, do you not just give him the touchdown? Oh, we don't need to give it to him because he's just going to earn it. 2 minutes left. We're going to be down by 7. Don't worry about giving them anything. They are going to earn their keep. First and 10 from the 30-yard line. Need the touchdown. Got plenty of time to do it, though, as Bourne gets hammered. But, hey, gets the first down. Didn't fumble, and, hey, that's half the damn battle, baby. Go with a play action where you have a crosser over the middle. It's going to be a tough throw, and it's on the money. Says it's an error, but I don't see where that is because that is a dot. Perfect throw. It's going to be a 1st and 10 to the 35-yard line. Got these corner looks. And, I mean, we're going to take the end zone there. We're going to take a chance on that. Every so often, they're... should we run the ball here? I know we're going against their superstars, but their D-line pops off. And I did not mean to do that, but that works out. And even though we could have got the first down, I don't want to fumble. We got time. I'm not too worried about it. We have got time. Kind of hit our own player with the fake there. It works out, though, as we get the yardage and the first down. Rhamondre almost stayed up on his feet, but couldn't quite do it. Deep outs. Let's see what they got. See if they want to cover it. They might have actually left it. Drake May doing crazy. Drake May thinks again. A lot of room to run. Running out of bounds. A late hit to the 6. No call. And now you kind of go into the opposite mode. And you start trying to waste the clock a little bit. If we get this thing down to like 20 seconds, it'd be great. Oh, nice ankle breaker to the 2. Is Gibson going to have touchdown number 2? So you can try to set this up. Get more clock wasted, though, because this is going to be the last drive for us anyways, so there's no point in, oh, no, we turned the ball over on downs at the 2. Like, who cares? It doesn't matter. We got to make this the last drive for us and really try to make it for the last of regulation. I think let's get this down to about 15 seconds. We'll be happy. And they're going to cover it pretty well. Drake May's got speed. Drake May's running out of juice, but he has enough. Scores the touchdown. And now you have that decision. Do you go for 2? Rhamondre out the backfield on the streak. Let's see it. And we're going to force it in. Dropped by Douglas. It was a force, don't get me wrong. It was a force. But we went for it all. We rolled the dice. And we came up short. And it was trying to read the whole side, the whole field there. And unfortunately, the drag king was wide open from the very get-go. Lazard, of all players, is going to recover it. And barring some miracle, this is kind of the downside, of course, of wasting all that clock. But you've seen the way they were getting down the field in a hurry. It was the right thing to do. We just fell short when we tried to go for it all. We'll call a timeout, barring some miracle. But yeah, there's not enough time to do anything. We're going to lose the game by 1. Oh, that hurts. I think that was the right call, though. Why go to overtime where it's going to be limited time anyways, where it could technically end in a tie, or they just get a touchdown right out the gate. They get a lucky coin toss, It's just, I don't know. I feel like we made the right call. Of course, trying to get a miracle here, not going to happen. And the Jets get their revenge. We're going to fall to 4-4. The Jets played a pretty damn good game, and we played all right, I think. It's just the receivers weren't really winning the routes we thought they were going to win. And, you know, there was some predetermines in there that didn't work out, and the run game was up and down. We had some great runs, and we had some ones that just went for negative, and it killed the whole drive right away. And unfortunately, we will lose. It'll drop us down back to 500, a place that we're very comfortable and familiar with. A couple of plays where maybe we're stuck. We're looking at the same couple of receivers, getting tunnel vision. Shaun Wade with a clutch play that's going to, in the end, technically mean nothing. Let's take a look at those numbers. Obviously, Drake May wasn't bad. It's just because the touchdowns lacking for him specifically through the air. It's going to look kind of bad on paper. Stevenson goes from an amazing game to, I mean, a pretty good game because he obviously has a lot of receiving yards as well. 76 of them to be exact. Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams did really well. I mean, Conklin added to the list. Bourne was decent. Douglas had a couple of plays. Polk, you know, has been disappearing slowly over time, unfortunately. And then you look at sack totals. We gave up a few sacks on defense. You know, we had a little bit of pressure, but for the most part, it really wasn't great. We had 2 interceptions, and then they had 1. And that one was the biggest difference in the world. It was bad read, late read, and many things you could blame for the loss, but I guess you can point to that mainly because that was like the truly bad mistake we had all the other times. You know, you don't see a read, things happen. You get sacked early, things happen, but throwing right to the defense, yeah, that's kind of on you. But let's take a look at Shaun Wade. Slot upgrade because it's going to give him man coverage anyways, and we're going to upgrade those slot upgrades. I mean, 2 to man, 2 to zone. What can you really argue about that? That's great. Let's take a look at Josh Uche now, who, once again, he had a pretty quiet game, I will say. They have a really good offensive line, though, especially at the tackle spot, so doesn't surprise. Like, what is that upgrade? Excuse me. That might be a Twitter. Like, that might be a Twitter picture. Holy crap. Also, when did his... Oh, that's why Anthony was in. I didn't see it, but Josh Uche is out for 4 weeks, technically 3. If there's a bye week, maybe technically 2. With a dislocated elbow. What an upgrade, though. That is unbelievable. Like, that is genuinely crazy. There's no way that's intended. I don't believe that. I get he's still kind of young, but I just genuinely don't believe that is, like, an intentional upgrade. 19 upgrade points in 1 week, and they were significant. 5 to block shed, 5 to power move, and 2 to finesse is ridiculous. But, hey, I'm not complaining. I will absolutely take that. He needs all the help he can get, especially when he's injured. Either way, that is going to be it for this episode. Obviously, disappointing way to lose. I think that was the smart call every day of the week. Instead of going overtime where you still have to play defense/offense, why not just play offense right there and win the game, you know? And it just didn't happen. We lost by 1. The Jets kind of climbed back a little bit. And then we fall a little bit in the race for the division as Miami might have been able to pull that victory out. And they're at 6-1. Who knows? Regardless, I still think it was a really fun one. And if you guys enjoyed, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate continued support on the channel. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, Pkr Plays for non-Madden content. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!